Warm greetings to you for the October 2024 Astrology Update, and we will covering global events as well as what this means for you personally. What we see happening in the world may seem alarming at first. Global tensions are increasing and new revelations are coming to light, showing just how much people have been deceived. The solar eclipse in Virgo on October the 2nd brings major changes, both on the world stage and in your personal life. However, in times like these, when uncertainty is growing, unexpected opportunities arise to guide things in a positive direction. But before we begin, if you would like to receive a weekly update on the current energies, sign up for my free newsletter, which I send out every Sunday, filled with valuable tips and information. This way you will get insights on what's important for you now. You can sign up right below this video. Now, let's take a look at the global astrological energies shaping October, starting with the significant solar eclipse. I will also touch briefly on the astrological influences in specific countries, including the USA, Taiwan, Russia, Sweden, Israel, and Lebanon. The solar eclipse takes place on October the 2nd at 1551 degrees in the sign of Virgo. This is an annular solar eclipse, when the moon does not completely cover the sun, leaving a ring of fire around the moon's disk. And this eclipse will be visible in parts of North America, South America, the Atlantic, and West Africa. An eclipse is always a reset moment, where we can step out of old ways of thinking, and quite literally out of an old timeline, to choose something new. It brings big changes, both globally and personally. The sun and the moon are the two central energies in our lives. The moon represents our identity, while the sun represents our will and our purpose. During this phase, hidden truths often come to light. A solar eclipse reveals things that were hidden. On a personal level, this can bring deeper inner realizations, and on a global level, political or economic revelations may surface. The upcoming solar eclipse occurs in the sign of Virgo in Vedic astrology, which follows the actual positions of the stars in the sky and differs from Western astrology. Virgo is an earth sign that stands for order, for health, for work and healing and precision. The energy of Virgo helps us bring structure and clarity to our daily lives, especially during a solar eclipse. Themes like self-improvement, healing, and the desire to organize things better become more prominent. It is a phase where we focus more on our routines, our health, and our work. In connection with a solar eclipse, there can be sudden insights or unexpected changes in these areas. Old habits may be questioned and making way for new, healthier approaches. This applies both to our personal lives, in relation to daily routines or health habits, and in a global context where changes in the work environment or health care systems might occur. In Vedic astrology, the lunar mansion plays an important role, as they give deeper insights into the energies of an event. The upcoming solar eclipse happens in the lunar mansion Hasta, symbolized by an open hand, which represents the ability to turn ideas into reality. Hasta is strongly connected with the topic of helping, healing, and work. It is a time to get things done with discipline and dedication, creating something tangible. On a global level, this eclipse highlights topics like health, the environment, and work structures. Questions about whether we are facing a new pandemic are relevant, as well as potential shifts in the job market and healthcare systems. This could be a phase of rethinking and encouraging us to find new ways forward. I have already made an in-depth video on this topic. Feel free to check it out. I will link it here for you. The energy of an eclipse often brings issues to light that were previously hidden. A recent example is the revelation of important files and documents which show that during the COVID pandemic, important information was either withheld or altered before being shared with the public. Such revelations align perfectly with the uncovering and transformative power of this solar eclipse, especially in the lunar mansion Hasta. This eclipse emphasizes the need to take responsibility, promote healing, and create clearer, more sustainable structures, both on a personal and global level. Where in your life would it be important to take more responsibility right now? Perhaps in relation to your health, your work, your environment, and your relationship with nature. Often we are blind to our own issues and don't pay enough attention to them, even though we sense that we are not in alignment with our body or our life mission. We often know this very well, but we tend to distract ourselves or focus on what's going wrong in others' lives instead of taking care of our own issues. The energies of this eclipse invite us to turn our focus back to ourselves. Where does life reflect unresolved issues that repeatedly trigger negative reactions or bad feelings in you? This is exactly where we need to pay attention now. Mars plays a central role in the solar eclipse with the fourth aspect. It directly influences Mercury, which is in Virgo, along with the Sun, Moon, and the South Node Ketu. Mercury and Mars together often signify a form of aggressive communication. The topic of cyber attacks, which I have already touched in my September and my solar eclipse video, is particularly relevant during this time. Technical disruptions and issues with communication systems are also possible. This planetary configuration, especially with Mars in Gemini, combined with the solar eclipse, is particularly significant for the USA. I will explain why this is the case a little bit later. Gulika and Mandi are located in the 12th house in the sign of Leo during this eclipse. These two have a deeper spiritual and karmic significance, as they are the shadow aspects of Saturn. They often reveal hidden or suppressed problems that we were previously unaware of. The 12th house on a global level represents foreign relations, international connections, and secret matters. When Gulika and Mandi are here during the eclipse, we might witness hidden tensions surfacing or secret international agreements being uncovered. This could lead to resignations of key figures or scandals that shake the trust in established systems. We will see how it will work out. But this is where the opportunity lies. This eclipse offers us the chance to bring hidden issues to light and question old and dysfunctional structures. It is a time when uncovering truth can lead to finding new, clearer paths, whether in politics, international relations, or in your personal life. The solar eclipse is the most important energetic shift in October, but there are other significant topics as well. One important is Jupiter. Jupiter will turn retrograde at 27 degrees in Taurus on October the 9th and remain retrograde until February the 4th, 2025. This month will be of great importance, and I will share more details in upcoming updates. Jupiter represents growth, wisdom, expansion, and spiritual insights. When Jupiter turns retrograde, this expansive energy pulls back. It becomes a time for reflection, where economic growth and financial stability may slow down. Additionally, topics like religions and worldviews might come to the forefront and be called into question. The degree at which Jupiter goes retrograde is particularly significant. Jupiter remains stationary at this degree for a while, which intensifies its energy. In this case, this occurs at 27 degrees in Taurus, which is likely to bring long-term positive results. Jupiter guides us to learn valuable lessons that will benefit us in the long term. If you have planets at 27 degrees in the sign of Taurus or in the opposite sign Scorpio, you will especially feel these energies. It could be a phase of intense growth and deep reflection, which will eventually lead to positive changes in your life. This is a time to correct old patterns and clear the path for long-term success. And if you do not know if you have a planet at 27 degrees in the sign of Taurus, you can order a birth horoscope in our online shop. The link is below this video. And there you can see where your planets are and check this out. And it also comes with a small PDF where you find more information how to read your horoscope. And the same goes for those planets at 27 degrees or 70 degrees in the sign of Leo or in the sign of Sagittarius. And you have to use a Vedic horoscope, not a Western horoscope. That's important. And with a tolerance of about 2 to 3 degrees. In February 2025, Jupiter will move direct at 17 degrees. At that time, he will bring another wave of strong energy. This will be a key point to watch out for you. And if you have planets, like I told you, around this degree, it is a fantastic opportunity for new breakthroughs in these areas in your life, accelerating your personal growth. And therefore check the houses, in which house this planet sits. Jupiter's retrograde is a time for reflection and correction that will lead to positive results in the long term. It is a chance to rethink existing structures and make way for sustainable success. In my recent updates, I have already pointed out that economic challenges are likely to intensify. With Jupiter retrograde, we can expect further rises in inflation and higher food prices over the coming month. Issues with the financial system and the stability of our currency may also become more apparent. The next 4 months will be crucial as significant changes in these areas could occur. The recent announcement by Volkswagen Automobile considering factory closures in Germany is a clear warning signal. The effects could be serious, particularly for the job market in Germany. But the drama isn't limited to the automotive industry. Other sectors already struggling with global economic shifts could also be affected. We are at a point where job insecurity and economic instability could increase in the coming weeks. The stock market is already showing declines and investor confidence is waning. These developments could trigger a chain reaction of economic challenges. Yet even in times of uncertainty, new opportunities arise. The pressure on companies to reinvent themselves and develop more sustainable models could lead to positive changes in the long term. It could also be a time when new ideas and innovations emerge to address the economic challenges. And then we have a full moon on October the 17th, and I will make a separate video about that. So be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel to stay updated. Before we dive into the country horoscopes, one more important thing happening right at the beginning of the month. Saturn remains retrograde and moves back into the lunar mansion Shatabisha. This shift could lead to an intensification of conflicts and worsening of war situations worldwide. Sudden changes, chaos, and confusion are possible, which could make it more difficult to find peaceful solutions. The lunar mansion Shatabisha is also often associated with earthquakes and other natural disasters. This energy holds both strong, healing, and destructive forces, symbolizing deep transformations on both physical and on the spiritual level. As a result, there is an increased risk of earthquakes and tectonic shifts, especially due to the energies of the solar eclipse in the Earth sign Virgo. This combination could trigger profound natural events pointing to the upheaval and collapse of old structures. These events often come unexpectedly and are difficult to control, particularly because of Rahu's unpredictable energy. Now let's take a quick look at the country horoscopes, and we will start with the USA. A key factor is the transit of Mars, which during the solar eclipse on October the 2nd is exactly conjunct the Sun in the USA's natal chart in the sign of Gemini. And the Sun symbolizes the leadership in a country's chart, in this case the president. Mars' influence on the Sun can signify potential physical issues for Joe Biden. Mars rules in his own horoscope the 1st and the 6th house, and the 1st house stands for our physical health and the 6th house for intense challenges. And additionally, this suggests heightened conflict and aggression within the country, particularly concerning the leadership and the presidential office. This is already apparent in the election campaigns in the USA, and a further escalation is to be expected. The political pressure on leadership will therefore increase, and overall the combination of the solar eclipse, of Mars aspects and its connection to the Sun suggests that Joe Biden's presidency could face significant changes or even a premature end, as I previously indicated in my solar eclipse update. Now let's check for Taiwan. The solar eclipse falls directly on Taiwan's ascendant at 16.51 degrees in the sign of Virgo, signaling a critical phase of transformation affecting both the national identity with the first house, but also the international positioning. This eclipse could predict crucial issues for Taiwan's future, especially regarding their sovereignty and international relations and domestic stability. For Russia, Mars is located in Pisces in the 9th house of the natal chart, near 15 degrees, directly opposite the eclipse, activating the opposite house. Since Mars represents aggression, assertiveness, and often conflict, and with the eclipse activating the 9th house, this could indicate a phase where Russia pushes forward with its foreign policy or international relations in a particularly determined and aggressive way. This may signal an increase in potential conflicts, especially concerning long-standing geopolitical tensions. Mars, the classical planet of war and military action, combined with the activation of the 9th house, suggests that Russia may escalate its military actions and expand its presence abroad, particularly regarding Ukraine. We are already witnessing intensified attacks by Russia in the past month, which aligns with the energy. A country we haven't discussed in previous reviews is Sweden. The two eclipses activate the sign of Pisces, which is the 8th house in Sweden's chart, associated with secrets and covert operations. In geopolitical context, the 8th house often deals with hidden activities simmering below the surface, such as the increasing presence and activities of submarines in the Baltic Sea. In Sweden's birth chart, Mars is in the sign of Virgo, which is being activated. Mars stands for aggression, defense, and military actions. And very interesting, Sweden's Pluto is located in the 7th house, the house of the opponents, and retrograde Saturn is closely linked to this Pluto. And Pluto symbolizes power struggles, deep transformation, and sometimes covert and strategic manipulation. The aspect of retrograde Saturn suggests that Sweden might face geopolitical tensions that aren't immediately visible but are influenced by powerful players behind the scene. The entire Middle East is experiencing a period of heightened tensions. Hezbollah, which is based in Lebanon, is particularly active during this time and has intensified its attacks on Israel. For Israel, the ascendant is in the sign of Virgo, along with Neptune in the 1st house. The 1st house is in a country's chart, represents the national identity, leadership, and the overall state of the country. A solar eclipse in the 1st house often signals a time of significant change regarding the nation's self-image, and leadership, and can point to threats coming from external sources. For Lebanon, Virgo rules the second house, and the ruling planet Mercury is in the sign of Scorpio, which is the fourth house. The fourth house represents the people in a country, domestic well-being, and the population's safety. Scorpio brings intense transformative energy, and with Mercury here, changes or threats could directly affect the population. This may indicate internal tensions, political unrest, or social upheaval, leading to a crisis in domestic security. Since Scorpio is known for deep transformations and hidden dangers, this configuration could pose a threat to the country's stability. Very important, and I speak about this several times. I only show you the energies that I see. It's not that I have an opinion about a country. Is it the Palestine side or Israel? I always tell you, fire is never a solution, and war is never a solution. For me, this is really not something that I would suggest in any way. So I do not stand on one side, and I think so many people die in these wars. That's not needed in any way. October 2024 brings an intensification on the challenges and conflicts that are already present, both on a global and also on a personal level. The energy of the solar eclipse and the planetary influences act as amplifiers for what is already unfolding, whether it's geopolitical tensions, economic uncertainties, or personal inner processes. Many countries are entering a phase where hidden tensions and conflict-laden energies are rising to the surface. Whether it is the political and the military tensions between Israel and the Hezbollah, the economic challenges in many countries, or the international social conflicts. October is forcing us all to confront the crises that are now intensifying. This is not a time for diplomatic avoidance. The planetary influences call for confrontation and resolution. These eclipse energies bring more clarity about the long-term challenges that countries will have to deal with. But just as the cosmic influences are forcing transformation and change on a global level, they are also affecting us personally. As the world is shaken and old structures crumble, it becomes even more important to focus on how you shape your own life. Ultimately, the external circumstances are only a mirror of your own inner world. The real challenge is to remain in your own strength and joy. It is all about raising your frequency, connecting to your true essence, and really living your life from this inner excitement that wants to be lived. And this will lead you to true abundance and positive change in your life. The eclipse may bring hidden issues to light, but remember that the greatest power lies within you. Don't let external circumstances take you out of your frequency. You are the creator of your life. When you remain in inner peace and light, despite the changes, you carry this energy out into the world and make a vital contribution to the collective healing. The solar eclipse invites us to let go of the old, make room for the new, and transform yourself. But true transformation always begins within yourself. Find this deep connection and really find your inner light and let it shine so brightly that it illuminates everything around you, no matter what cosmic energies are at play. So please share this video with like-minded people, and I love you.